We're here at an incredibly busy EGX show, which is now part of ComiCon as well. So it's really, really, really busy.
Yeah.
With Lauren from Raw Fury, who's going to talk to us a little bit about Knights in Tight Spaces. So I gather it's a kind of turn-based, quite D&D-ish sort of battle game, strategic battle game, but it involves deck building and it involves using your architecture against your enemies. So can you take us through a bit about how that works?
So you can choose classes. So they've taken the approach, this is their second game. Their first game was Fights in Tight Spaces. And they were like, we want to do like Knight's Tale. So they did Knights in Tight Spaces. So as you said, D&D. So they've got clerics in there, they've got rogues, and they've got like a map system now. And then you can use the environment to the best of your ability. So if you want to smash a skeleton through a window, you can. If you want to use fire and throw someone out a wall, you can as well. So they've just kind of upped their game from the first one and made it not more advanced, but they've wanted to like jump into kind of a theme one. So yeah, and that's what we're doing today.
So when you start off, you're going to pick a class, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then how does the card system work with that? Do you get a starter deck and you build up as you go along? Or
as you go through, so every single turn will be new cards that come up. So you get like 7 decks that like will show through the levels and stuff. And then at the end of each turn, those cards will be discarded and then more cards will just appear on the screen. But these are specific to your class. So, and you can upgrade those at the end of every single match.
Okay.
So you can like, if you see it again, you're like, oh, it's 20 damage, let's go. Throw that in there. So yeah.
And in terms of the environmental damage, you already mentioned the
walls,
knocking a skeleton through a window.
Yeah.
What other kind of stuff is there in the environment you can utilize?
So if you have tables, you can like knock someone into a table.
Oh, the classic wrestling moves.
And it's called head smash.
Yes.
The card's over there. You can throw people off bridges as well.
That's good.
So they will just completely shatter, just explode into 1,000
pieces. Like more combat fatality vibes.
That's
straight off the edge.
And you can hear it in your head while it happens.
Awesome.
So yeah.
So how does the sort of core gameplay loop, as it were, unfold here?
I guess like just getting like upgrading those cards and also doing the quests because you have a merchants as well.
Yeah.
So you get points at the end and also coins. You keep buying, you can buy armor in the game as well. You have a party system. So you can also take on another sorcerer or rogue and stuff along the way. So it's just building up your deck, building up who else is coming with you and just taking on evil and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you will have bosses later in the other maps.
Oh, okay.
And they are difficult.
So if you, let's say you're starting a game, you get a tutorial, you have a few battles and that kind of thing. How does it unfold with like a main storyline type thing of the quest?
So at the end of like what you're seeing right now, there's like a conversation between you and these various characters. You'll be in the tavern and it's the classic D&D. There's some man in the corner called question mark, and he starts talking to you.
The mystery guy in the tavern,
And like, oh, I've got something for you. And you're like, well, what is that? And it kind of unfolds like that. And then basically you're taking on evil, you're taking on bandits. And I guess it's you just kind of trying to make money. But you can decide, there is choices as well. You can either do it alone, but you can decide to be a bit rude if you want. So there is some options in the dialogue as well,
So you don't have to accept every side quest. You can sort of screw people over.
No thanks, or like, I don't want to talk to you.
So how far is this from release now? What's the sort of timeline from now?
Well, we did Gamescom with a demo. We've just done this one at Next Fest. So it's going pretty well in terms of development and stuff. It's all on track. We don't have a release date yet, but we're trying to get as many people to see it as possible, just to get as much feedback because we want to make it so like polished to play.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. There've been a lot of, we've all seen the big high profile cases of things being released unfinished. And so it's a great idea to actually finish it before you put it out. So it seems like a good idea to me to get feedback. Yeah, for sure.
And these events as well, because you get like game bugs that you'd never see before.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, and feedback as well. So we just I've been writing everything down and just like, okay, this has never happened. And then it's just making it better and better and better for everyone.
And just one sort of sideways industry type question. How useful do you find these kind of shows and what do you find them useful for?
Yeah, I find them useful because they're very different to online because I know how everything has gone online now, which is really nice in terms of accessibility, but it's nice to be able to talk to people face to face.
Yeah.
Especially when showing off the game because you have that enthusiasm you don't get as much online and you meet so many more people that are interested.
I guess you can pick up cues from people as you watch them play as well that you can't really get on the internet.
That's it, the reaction that I think there was so many titles next to it.
Overwhelming, yeah.
That's it, yeah. So we're going to keep that up for a while and just get more feedback on that.
Okay.
And and we're just going to, as I said, just retain like a sponge as much information and feedback as possible.
Awesome. Well, it's looking great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking me through it and best of luck for the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.